Hi, and welcome to Jason's Bar. Today we're going to be making a martini. Now, that's oversimplified, right? There's a million kinds of martinis, and it's one of those words that they've just bastardized the hell out of it, and anything can be made a martini. You know, make me a Kahlua chocolate martini, or something like that. You're like, what is that? That's not a martini. A martini, the basic, the original, what I'm going to start with is gin. A gin martini. I hate it when I go into a bar and I say, can I get a martini? And they go, okay, vodka or gin. That right there even just kind of grates me a little bit. Because it's not, vodka's not the way they were originally made. I just like doing things the way they were supposed to do in the beginning and not how they've evolved to. If I wanted a vodka martini, I would ask for a vodka martini. If I want gin martini, I say martini. That's my rant. It ain't never going to change, Jason, so why am I even worried about it? But I'm just going to make you my favorite martini, how I make them, and it's with gin. And then I'll give you a couple of variations. Okay, so for the gin, my favorite one currently is the Empress 1908. It's this blue indigo gin color. Really, really like it. Several years ago, we did a blind tasting, me and my wife and one of her best friends, with like 8 or 10 different gins. And it was fantastic because I did it blind for them. And it really, you know, gets, when you do blind tasting of your favorite alcohols, you'll really start to see which ones you like and which ones you don't. Gets rid of your biases, okay? So Tanqueray is a really good gin that I like. Bombay Sapphire is good. Those are kind of my other go-tos. But this Empress is really good too. I really like it. So gin, and then your vermouth, dry vermouth is what you're using in this. Not the sweet vermouth. You know, they make a sweet vermouth. It's up here somewhere. I can't remember where. But anyway, yeah, but dry vermouth is what you're after for that. And then, depending on your garnish, some people like a lemon peel twist. You don't see that much anymore, but some people like it like that. I like the Spanish olives garnished in there with that. Now, a variation is to make a dirty martini, which will add some of the juice from your olives. Okay, so let me just get to the basics and we'll go from there. Now, when I make a martini, I'm making, they're strong. A single martini is 4 ounces of gin. Okay, so that's quite a bit. Kind of like old fashions, heavy, heavy alcohol, which means you're just sipping it. You want to keep it cold for that reason. You want it warmed up. So a glass like this, a martini glass with a lot of glass in the bottom of it, in the freezer, really holds a lot of cold, the thermal mass there. So that's why I kind of like these. Okay, so let's get right to it. Crushed ice in your shaker. 4 ounces of your favorite gin. And again, measuring these makes a big difference even on a drink like this, and I'll show you why. Okay, there's your 4 ounces of gin. This is my only drink tonight because that's a lot of alcohol. Okay. I like mine dry, a dry martini. When you say of dry or not, all that's saying is how much vermouth in relation to how much gin. So for 4 ounces, I like a 1/4 ounce, and I just overdid it. A 1/4 ounce of dry vermouth, and that is it. That's like a splash. Watch this, okay? It's that much. Now, you can vary how much you want till you find what you like. Some people like them super duper dry to where they don't put any of this in which case you're just making gin on the rocks. I think it was, who was it that said he likes them so dry he just puts a little in his glass, swishes it around, and then dumps it out, and just the remainder on the glass is how dry he likes it. I like a little bit more than that. Okay, so the gin's in there, the vermouth is in there. We're gonna shake And you're wanting this pretty dang cold. So give it multiple shakes here. Okay, and then this is one we're going to double strain because we want this as clear and perfect in the glass as possible, especially if you're using a clear gin. This gin's got some color to it, so you won't see little ice chips in there. But if you're using a clear one, you want to strain all of that out. So double strain. Okay. Oh, and my other little trick. Whatever's left, if it didn't fit in there right, that's what you'll top up your glass with later. Okay, and then garnish it however you want it. I like a single olive in there like that with a toothpick. Your guests will appreciate that. I also like, you'll notice when I put that toothpick in there in the olive, it went clear to the bottom. Now I can't get it out. That's just the way I like it because it makes me drink down a little bit before I start fishing that out. Okay. So remember variations of a dirty martini. You use some of the brine from your olives. Start light with that. Add like a ½ ounce in and see how you like that. It's salty. It adds some salt to it. I do like a dirty martini once in a while, but usually once I find myself going through this much effort with this good a gin, I want it just like this. Okay, let's give it a taste. See how I did. That's good. See, and that's smooth. That's why I like that gin. But super cold, a lot of alcohol, so just barely sipping it. And then when you get to the right point, you can fish out your olive. Okay, that's the way I like my martinis. I hope you'll give it a try. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.